start. Okay, it's starting now. Okay, a very good morning to you. My name is Francesco Collini. I am from FlashStart. I am the CEO of the company, and I'm also a technical director. If something is not clear, if my English is not so good, please stop me, and I will be delighted to repeat back again the explanation. This session will be about 30-35 minutes, and we will talk about FlashStart's capabilities to improve the security over Mikrotik. Just a very quick presentation. Can you see my slides over the screen? Let me check. Okay, fantastic. So, FlashStart, cybersecurity first. We protect over 4.5 million people globally. We are trusted and chosen by over 450 Mikrotik resellers, and we are actually present and distributed in 146 countries, 2.5 billion of accesses protected every day, and more than 1 million of threats blocked per day. Consider that we do not sell directly, so we only sell through partners, ISPs, MSPs, system integrators, reseller, and it's a promise, you will never find FlashStart in direct competition with you, because we never deal with the end user. It's a very important guarantee for your business. Integrated protection. If you combine a Mikrotik router board plus FlashStart Cloud, I think you can very well compete against the most expensive UTM, such as FortiGate, WatchGuard, and so on. By combining Mikrotik with FlashStart, you can offer a very low price but very efficient solution to offer a firewall and also the malware protection and the content filter. Let me get over some features. So we have with Mikrotik firewall and perimeter protection, VPN, multi-WAN, multi-LAN, traffic load balancing. That's the most important Mikrotik's features. By our side, we can offer content filter, malware protection, geo-blocking, search engine protection, traffic reporting and analysis, multi-profile, so you can offer different profiles to different kind of users, granular filtering, so you can split the filtering policies through different users. You can also protect people at home or people traveling, for example, sales agent, by installing the FlashStart application over a Windows PC, a Mac OS system, or a mobile. And you can also integrate with Microsoft Active Directory for the enterprise environments. That's our global network map. You can see data center in North America, South America, Europe, in Africa, in Asia. Dubai is present, and also in Australia. So we can cover pretty the entire globe, apart Russia, because we do not deal with Russia. It's a problem at the moment, being an European company, to deal with Russia. Let's go on. We have customers quite every day, quite everywhere, as you can see from the map. And we offer two different solutions, two different cloud solutions, Pro version and Pro Plus. The Pro version contains content filter, malware protection, geo-blocking, safe search engine protection, reports, multiple profile, and multi-tenant dashboard. You can anytime manage your customer through the same dashboard. That's for the basic, the professional version, which should fit the largest number of Mikrotik environment. Then, if you want more, for an enterprise, for a large company, for a public entities, for a university, you can also buy the Pro Plus protection, and you can integrate with Active Directory. You can also set up an on-premise cloud box It's a DNS smart relay to improve the latency. You can start granular filtering. You can split filtering by different groups. Everything is GDPR compliant, and you can install the remote agents in where you have people working from home or externally from the company. Now, let me go live and let me share my screen. If you have any question, please write them in the chat, and I will be delighted to answer to your question. Now, let me share the screen. Can you see my screen now? Just to ask, just a sec. I'm gonna combine different. Okay. Hello, sir. About CloudBox, the device? No. I'm arriving on that. The CloudBox is just a virtual machine. You can download and put on VMware, on Proxmox, or on Hyper-V. It's also possible to download the normal ISO image, and you can also run the CloudBox into a physical machine. Okay, it's a virtual appliance, very simple, very basic, and it's just for the Pro Plus version if you need to synchronize with Microsoft Active Directory, and if you need to improve the latency. Just a reference, if you go to dnsperf.com, DNSPerf, it's an independent benchmark. It's an independent benchmark for to compare the secure DNS. FlashStart is within the top 10 fastest secure DNS. We have a global latency of 19 milliseconds. We are very fast. That's our credibility. 99.49% of global uptime globally. A global average, a global latency of 90 milliseconds. In most of the country, we are less than 5 milliseconds because we are running our servers directly into the most important internet exchange location, and the quality is every time very performant. If you check, you can go to dnsperf.com and check in real time our credibility and our reference. Now, that's our main dashboard. It's in Italian. Let me switch to English. English, Spanish, Italian, and also the languages are an Arabic version, but starting from the last part of the year, we would like to work on that because we had many requests of adding the Arabic version. Okay, can you see the can you see the dashboard properly? Just a confirmation in the chat before going on. Thank you. Okay. Let me wait for an answer. Okay, so that's the main dashboard window. As resellers, MSPs, you can manage your customer through the same dashboard. So your sales manager, your technician can manage every customer by the access to the same dashboard. It's possible for the end user to give the dashboard access to his position. So you can decide whether or not give access to your customer. In the main dashboard, you can find some recaps. So for example, total DNS request, blocked request, threats detected, and not existing domain. The not existing domain, it's very important because the more not existing domain you have, the more infection you could have, because when the network is infected by a malware, it tries to generate a lot of not existing domain, and it's a very important parameter to be monitored. Some nice graphics: the blocked category, malware, advertising, software, website, domain for sale; the allowed in green category, traffic by hour, the malware blocked, the filter statistics, allow, denied, not existing, or malware, the top blocked domain, as you can see, that's infected, top allowed domain, TikTok CDN, because every guy, every young lady in a network uses TikTok. So also my daughter use it a lot of time. Some information about the status report, filter engine, anycast network, API stop page, IPv4, and also IPv6. The network is entirely BGP based, and if a node goes down, automatically the traffic to that broken node is being diverted to another node. It's the guarantee is global. Now you can go to the report category. Let me start from the report, and you can check different views, for example, blocked, allowed, blocked by country, and so on. You can decide to select the start and the stop date. We archive 6 months of data, so you can retrieve reports, data, and DNS usage up to the last 6 months. We also show the category, and if you want, you can also click on the category and display the single sites blocked by that category. If I go to gambling, if I click on gambling, 267 different sites, you can see the single domains which have been blocked by FlashStart. It's also possible, for example, to check the allowed by category, the good traffic, the malware infections, so malware blocked, we can see, I can select, for example, this week from Monday to up to today, and check 769,000 of malware. These are real data taken from small to medium customers. That's quite nice. You can also check the traffic by country, and you can see where your customers are surfing to. The most requested are obviously the United States of America, because Google, Amazon, Akamai, the most important CDNs reside on the US. It's also possible to schedule reports, so you can combine a report for your customer, for your manager, for your IT director. You can combine different reports. You can choose the time slot, for example, last 7 days, the time to be analyzed, and then the delivery date. You confirm, and the system automatically sends the report. Now, how to manage the protection? It's very easy. If you go to protection, you can manage up to 92 different categories. They are grouped into 12 larger, bigger category. So for example, advertising, spam, web stat, the audio video, you can block, for example, Spotify if you need to preserve the bandwidth in the network. Dangerous site, free time, lots of stuff. If you want to block something to avoid people from wasting time at work. The malware and threats category is pretty rich, because we offer a very good protection, I think, against backdoor botnet, dangerous threats, fraud and scams. Consider that we are a founding member of Scam Advisor. Scamadvisor.com is a global network, is a non-profit organization to protect network from scams, from frauds. Malware activity, malicious, phishing, ransomware, crypto wall, Trojan, and worm. Everything is DNS based. I strongly suggest to keep blocked this category. And now let's proceed. We also include some national government blacklist, for example, the Scotland Yard blacklist, the Colombian blacklist. So social network, it's possible to allow or to block social network. If you have special request, you can also schedule blocks. For example, if a company says, hey, dear guys, please block Facebook from 8 in the morning until 6 in the afternoon, and leave Facebook free, accessible before 8 and after 6. It's very easy to be configured. Click on the time schedule, select from 8 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the afternoon, click insert, and you can combine Facebook with different time response policies. If you go down, you can add your website. So for example, you can populate your blacklist, or if you prefer, you can populate your whitelist. It's pretty nice because let me unlock linkedin.com, for example, insert. Okay, let me block social network now, and then, okay, let me create a whitelist for LinkedIn, insert. When you insert a new whitelist, the system checks online if there are connected CDN. Now, let me show an example. I need to refresh this. I'm working on a beta machine. Okay, so whitelist. I have blocked the entire social network, but I would like to allow linkedin.com for business reason. Let me write linkedin.com, and then let me click on insert. It's already null. Now let me remove. Okay. Okay. Now the system automatically suggests to include in the whitelist different CDN, because nowadays our websites usually include lots of CDNs and 30-party domains. It's very hard for an IT administrator to detect everything. FlashStart can do this for you. You can allow LinkedIn and the related domain in just one click. It's very easy. We will preserve your time. We also offer an important search engine and YouTube protection. If you click on this, you will remove the bad results, the violence, and the pornography from Google, Bing, and DuckDuckGo. You can also remove the bad videos, so for example, pedophilia, racism, violence, war from YouTube by selecting these two buttons. Now, I would like to try to set up the protection in Mikrotik. Do you know Winbox? I think of yes. Are you using Winbox to manage your Mikrotik? Just a reply in the chat, thank you. For example, I use quite every time Winbox to manage some test Mikrotik. Okay, yes, okay, great. Now, let me open Winbox. I have a router board 961 or 971 to be tested now. So Mikrotik, let me connect to Mikrotik. Fine. So now we need to set up the filter into Mikrotik. I have Winbox and I need to open a terminal. Have a look, have a look. Pay attention about that. Let me click on add new network. Let me select the standard installation for MSPs and reseller, proceed. Now, we can deploy the protection in the network, and we can deploy the protection in a roaming device. Let me start from the network. We support both static and dynamic IP. Let me choose the dynamic IP, so I can work every time with the same configuration. I would prefer this one because it's automatic. And if my connection IP address changes, the system will immediately adjust the position for you. Dynamic IP. I am not using DNS, no IP, etc. And I do not have a dynamic service. So I would like to synchronize with FlashStart Cloud. Continue. Now, we have different guides and installation for the most important routers and and the gateways. And if you do not see your preferred brand right here, it's also possible to proceed to a manual configuration. Mikrotik. Let me choose the first one, the public dynamic IP. And now let me choose the automatic configuration. I need to type back again my FlashStart password to be validated. Continue. Okay, we are ready. So that's the main installation script. It's already ready for you. And the system also suggests to add the automatic redirection of the DNS queries to the filter. It creates a firewall rule in order to mandatorily divert DNS queries to FlashStart. I copy the script and then let me go to Winbox and let me paste the script. Done. What does it do? It creates under system script, the FlashStart script. It's a dynamic DNS synchronization, and then it creates an entry in the schedule to synchronize every minute with FlashStart. Since we selected to divert DNS queries, it also creates a firewall rule in the firewall in the net chain, and it redirects DNS, TCP, and UDP to FlashStart. Okay, I am on FlashStart back again. Let me click on continue and let me test the connection. Let me check if the connection works, and it should give me green light after 30 seconds. I am retrieving the connection, and I would like to run back again the scripts in order to accelerate the process. Congratulations, your network is connected. Now, into the network session, we can check the connection from the Mikrotik router, and the system is already available to accept your DNS query. If you go right here in the tools menu, you can check in real time if you are receiving DNS queries. Let me check, and it works because I have two DNS queries. One is blocked because I chose to block Spotify, and one is allowed. Nothing more. My system environment has already been set up. Do you like it? How can you feel it? How do you feel it? Do you like it? Is it fast to be installed? And let me answer in the meanwhile to some question of yours. Okay, Joel, okay, no problem. Okay, Paul and Joel, how do you feel it? I think it's pretty fast for Mikrotik administrators to be added into the network. It's an online process, and everything has already been tested and improved by yes, it's similar to Sonic Wall. We offer the automatic scripts in order to speed up, but we also have some automatic configuration for Cisco, for Teldat, for Bintech in Germany, and for many others router brands, but it's also possible to proceed to a manual configuration. If you have a customer with multiple sites, so for example, a school with 5 buildings and 5 routers, you can manage the whole customers within the same account. So it's very easy to change policy. Now, there are 2 things I would like to share with you. The geo-blocking features, what's that? It's possible to block the DNS requests to specific country in the world. For example, at the moment, FlashStart strongly suggests to block DNS requests toward Russia, because at the moment, with the war against Ukraine, the Russia is spreading some infections, and it would be better to stop DNS traffic to Russia. So I can choose single countries, or if I prefer, I can choose the whole Russian group. In this way, DNS queries toward a Russian server, so located physically in Russia, will be blocked and dropped down. Some other feature: if you want to integrate with Active Directory, and let me reply to the question around the Active Directory, it's okay. It's possible to also install the Windows connector and the DNS cloud box. The question one of you wrote me before in the chat. So by the adding of the Windows connector on a Microsoft domain controller and the virtual machine working as a DNS proxy, I can split the configuration into multiple profiles. For example, I can create a profile for minor, for business line, a parental control, another for teenagers. It's very easy to add a new profile. I can add a new profile here. For example, I would like to add a new profile for sales manager, insert, and then I can join different users to this group. For example, right here, I can decide in a single profile to connect Active Directory groups and Active Directory users. If I prefer, I can also join a single internal IP, or if I prefer, a range of IP address. These groups, these users, these IP address will be filtered with the parental control. And then I can create another configuration for parental control. But at the same time, I can create a specific report for the parental control groups. And I can monitor that specific group. When the user logs in from his workstation, the Windows agent will send to FlashStart the information. So Francesco has been logged from the machine 10.0.0.10. Great. FlashStart will reply with a specific configuration policy connected to Francesco. Is it clear? Is someone of you using Active Directory into its installation? Do you also manage Microsoft servers to larger customers? If you could give me an answer, I'm very curious about that. Thank you. If you are using Microsoft Active Directory or not into your installation. It's not so frequent, but most of the people in the large enterprises are using that. Okay, okay, okay. Dante von Zeil. Okay, it can totally integrate against Active Directory, and it's very fast and very easy because it takes about 15-20 minutes at all to be sorted out. Let me finish by talking around the remote agent, the remote people. If I have people in mobility, we can use the client shield function. What's that? We can deploy the same DNS filtering policy to the remote agents. So people working from home, for example, during the last pandemic, we had many customers working from home, and we offered this installation to continue protect customers. We have native application for Windows, for Apple, for Chromebook, and from Android, and it's very easy, simple. Select the profile, business LAN, and we generate a security key. Then you can reach the installation page, and you can download our client from the store or directly from FlashStart. Then stick the security key, and the system will automatically proceed to the configuration. If you need to roll out the remote security to multiple users, it's also possible to do it automatically. We offer a silent installation, it's here. For example, for Windows, okay, silent mode, we have a guide, okay, a guide you can roll out through Active Directory, through SolarWinds, or through any modern RMM by creating the Microsoft Executive Installation Path. And it's possible to pass the security key into the installation. So it's very, very easy to roll out 100 of installation. I will immediately reply, just a second to finish this. In the client section, I can see that we have an online client shield with the version and the remote IP. Now, where that? It's my mobile. I have installed the FlashStart application, and the system says Francesco is protected through his Android device, remote IP, and the profile. We can change the configuration profile, and we can assign a different level of protection. It's also possible to integrate the Windows Active Directory zone. We can add a disable pin, and if I click on disable protection, the system requires a security pin, and for the users, it's not so easy to remove the protection. And the IT administrator can anytime check if some users uninstalled the protection for many hours. We have security pin to prevent the unauthorized installation, and when the user comes back into the network, into the Mikrotik network, the system automatically will park the client. When the user will come back again at home, the remote protection will immediately start back again. Two other functions, I'm very fast. It's possible to customize the stop page. We can create a different stop page for any profile. There's a global block page, and then we can refine. We can put the logo, put a slogan. We can display whether or not why that website has been blocked, and we can also redirect to an external page. It's possible to do everything you want right here. You can also import your previous blacklist and whitelist. So, for example, if you're migrating from Cisco Umbrella to FlashStart, it's a very hot topic. I will tell you something more later about that. You can choose your TXT file or your CSV file, and then load into the system. Then we have a customer area. It's the MSP reserve area. You can manage your customers. You can manage your license. You can start a free trial to any customer of yours. You can get prices. If you click here, we will allow the reseller price list. You can also integrate the API for third party. We have different APIs, for example, to include reports, protection, trial, and license activation directly into your third-party application. It works very well. You can use our sales tools. So, for example, if you want to add the trial link into your website, you can do it with the guarantee that any registration coming from your site will be immediately connected to your company. If you want to create a marketing DM, for example, for company, you can benefit of our graphic logo and your custom request information page. And in this way, you can get leads from your customer. You can get registration, and you can automatically connect that with your company. So nobody else will be allowed to sell FlashStart to your customer. Any other tool, you can check the query per second. you can download video, you can buy premium assistance, you can check your order, and you can check your profile. We have a live chat working 24/7, and we have a live engineer that are very happy in case of need to connect